And there we are. Hello, boys and girls. Um, all right, hey everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David, Bassman, Her Ladyship, and Basswoman? Um, now give me a moment. Bing. Yeah, today I am finally getting on to some meaningful assembly on the Batmobile. So we'll start taking care of business. Yes, we shall. That is the nuts and bolts of my scenario as I see it. Give me a moment. Uh, at the stage. There we go. Ahoy, hoy.
Hello, everybody.
Now, with that done, it is time for me to, dare I employ the phrase, assume the position. Coffee time. hmm And round we come.
How you doing this fine day, sir?
I'm off to a good start. I had a good. Actually, yesterday was really good. And that sort of sets me for today, if you follow me. I had a quite corking German lesson last night, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and a good bass lesson too. I it's I'm really enjoying my bass work at the moment because these days it's not so much about learning how to play it as about what sounds I want to generate.
Ah,
Yeah, and it's coming down to exploring the bass lines of other people, like big name people. So I see how I can then apply that to what I want to do.
ooh.
Yeah, it gets a bit funky. It does, and that's a marvelous thing. Okay, now we have a few bits to put on here. Now that we've got this into there, come here, you. But yeah, so I was feeling pretty good about that. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Went to a doctor's appointment today, and everything looks nice and healthy for me. So I'm gonna live
That's what
probably
you want.
10, 15 more years.
That's what you want.
Yeah, my blood
I'm
pressure
always glad when
good.
my doctor gives me a is happy. My doctor's happy. I'm happy. If you follow me.
Everybody's happy.
At the end of the day, yeah. Um, Now let me just. Oh, I see.
So,
I
what
was
kind of
wondering.
instrument? What kind of
I
instrument
was.
you say you're learning to play?
Pardon?
What kind of instrument you said you're learning to play?
Bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
I
Oh
already knew
wow.
how to play it to a fair degree. Um, but I decided to get lessons following a thing I heard about Randy Rhoads. I don't know if you're familiar with Randy.
No.
He was Ozzy Osbourne's uh, first guitarist
Oh
when he went
really?
solo. And on their first album, Blizzard of Oz, because of his guitar work on that, he got voted to be Guitar Players. I think it was New Guitarist of the Year. And at first, he didn't believe that he'd won that, but he did.
Huh.
And he, because of that, apparently, according to Bob Daisley, who was the bass player, every town they went into, every town, he would track down a guitar teacher and try and learn new things. because he wanted to live up to having been Rookie of the Year, sort of thing.
Right.
And when I heard that, I thought, good enough for Randy, good enough for me.
Huh.
And so I started taking lessons. And it's funny because most people who had heard me play bass thought I was pretty good. And I thought I was pretty good. And now all I see is the limitations in how I play. And don't get me wrong, in most
Well,
people's eyes, I'm still a good bass player, but I'm a better bass player,
right.
And that's the whole thing right there.
Yep.
And yeah, like I said, got that approach from Randy Rhoads. And there's a lot to be learnt from learning from big names, because there's a reason why they're big names.
If you don't mind me asking, where do you go to get your lessons done at?
Oh, it's in town. It's not far. Adelaide's actually geographically quite spread out, but from where I live, I can be in the middle of town in 15 minutes. And yeah, so I go into town. At the moment, I'm going for hour-long lessons, but for a little while, I'm going to have to cut down to half an hour until I start making some more money.
Do they supply the instrument, or do you have to have your own?
I have to have my own, and that's fine because each instrument does play differently.
This is true.
You need to be able to. Yeah, it's a thing. Excuse me a moment. Just got to. There we go. And I really enjoy. I mean, playing my instruments are really a very pleasant thing to do because I lash the cash for a very nice instrument, a Rickenbacker. If you ever heard of them?
No, I'm not very familiar with
them. Here's my engine block coming along now.
Oh, nice. Man, that looks really good.
Thank you. Now, what do I wish to put on top of that now? I should let those red bits settle in. Let's get to some suspension behavior. Yeah, anyway, okay, Rickenbackers are, they make both normal guitars and basses. They were the first electric guitar, I believe, is the drill. They're handmade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they only make a certain amount each year. Most of them are pre-bought, and as such, they're usually taken by people in the US, Canada, Europe, where the bigger markets are.
Right.
It's not surprising. And the way I had to get mine was to actually buy, because there's no, when I went looking for Rickenbackers to be purchased in Australia, there is no such locale. So I had to ultimately purchase via this place in Japan, where what they appear to do is they buy a bit of every year's Rickenbacker supply. They also do a whole stack of other whatchamacallits, brands, and they sold them second hand. But they have to label the Rickenbacker as being second hand, despite the fact it's effectively new.
Right.
And that cost $4.5 grand.
Wow.
Yep. And then a further $500 for importation duties. And the one thing I can, however, say about that is that as far as an instrument, sexy as all hell. Totally worth the money.
So did it hold value? So if you decide to sell it, could you get your investment back out
That
of
is
it?
another thing. It's a Rickenbacker. It's a name, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
So it's going to hold its value, yeah.
Okay.
And
Great.
that too is a marvelous thing. Now, I'm just having a bit of a look-see at this. So you don't glue those. That goes on to... But yeah, it's... When I first got my 5-string, because when my mum died, I hadn't played for years. I thought, I'm getting myself a bass again, I am. I have the time, I have the money. And when I first did it, I was just going to play at home by myself, quite happily. And then a mate of mine invited me in on a project which has sort of fizzled, which is a bit disappointing, but never mind. And in the meantime, I started going hammer and tongs on the bass. Yeah, I'm starting to look to jam around with other people at the moment because, well, otherwise, I'm just at risk of sounding a bit saucy, playing with myself.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of enjoyment just to play your own music. That's fine.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But
But ultimately, you want to be on stage doing stuff. Certainly I do. Now, having a bit of... Okay, so that goes to... Right, I was looking at this. I can see where I was trying to work out how that fits onto there. It doesn't. It comes out. It's attached to another bit. Okay, that makes sense. All right. This is another one of those "I see," said the blind man bits. Let's do this. Now we're looking for... You get over here. But yeah, having a lot of fun with that.
well, that's great.
Well, like I said, I'm looking at techniques and stuff, and Jesus, almost lost that. One of the we're looking at 2 songs next week. We're going to be going through, as you already know, I'm working on this one, Ace of Spades, and then the Immigrant Song by Led Zepp.
Wow.
And that's got quite a cool... I don't know if you've ever checked out the bass line in it. Dude, the balls. That's all I'm saying. It's most of it's just a really sort of driving sort of a rhythm you got to maintain, and that's the easier part. That's the easy part. But then it comes into these scorching runs in the chorus. That's the ticket. Learning those runs and how to apply them. That's the shit. All right, it's going to be a very straightforward up. But I'll need to let them set. Oh, look at that. That's the stuff, I tell you. But let's glue it anyway. But yeah, I've been discussing with the teacher that, yeah, where I'm at now, it's more a question of studying the big names, the greats of the field,
Right.
so as I can apply what I want when I want. I think that's almost where there's, as far as technically, there's not much more he can actually teach me. It's more sound. And that's cool. But even then, there's amazingly complex part or lots of stuff to it, as far as right the way down to optimal plucking. You want to get that nailed correctly, it makes such a difference to the overall sound you generate.
Oh, absolutely.
And you were going into a routine of what's called dampening a note, going up scales. Yep. There we go. So we got suspension coils on that plate now.
So I'm sure you probably practice at home a lot too, don't you?
Oh yeah, every day. Well, ha! Here's a line I got to hit you with. When I say every day, that effectively translates more accurately as most days, really,
Right.
because obviously life sometimes has other plans.
This is true.
Now that's fine. That happens. But the amusing part kicks in with there's a Monty Python scene that features that line rather well, and it starts with a what was called a highwayman, if you know what I mean. Basically, a guy who would hold up a stagecoach and rob them, and he's doing this in the era of single shot pistols. Okay, so he's bailed up the stagecoach. The driver refuses to yield, and he shoots him dead. And that's when the gunman, guy named Dennis Moore, played by John Cleese, starts up with the now no false moves. I've got two guns. You move at your peril, for I have two pistols here. I know that one of them isn't loaded anymore, but the other one is. So that's one of you dead for sure. Well, just about for sure anyway. It certainly wouldn't be worth your while risking it. I'm a very good shot. I practice every day. Well, not every day, but most days. I mean, some days there just isn't the time. I mean, like the other day. I mean, but when you see that tree over and starts waffling about what he couldn't hit.
Wow.
And eventually this guy interrupts because he's talking about this tree that's on the hillock. He said, the willow. He said, yes, never a willow. What? That's not a willow. Look, it doesn't matter. I can hit it 4 times out of 5. That's the bloody point. But you hold up on a botany lesson. But yeah, and that's the thing I always liked about that particular sketch is, yeah, there we have it. That's the truth.
Damn it, man.
Just the time. One of the other things that's really good about that sketch is that once he's got them all sort of in line, so to speak, he demands they hand over all the lupins they've got. And lupins are a flower.
Oh.
Yes. Hand over all the lupins you've got. What? The flower lupins? Yes, that's right. You haven't got any lupins. Look, my friends, I happen to know. This is the Lupin Express. Damn! Yeah. Monty Python just being, well, Monty Python. There we go. Now, this went on very nicely without glue. And it has continued to live up to the standard. Jolly good. Now we'll need to let that settle. I don't think I'll be putting the sump on until we've got everything sort of dried a bit more. But now I've got that bit on. I wonder, wonder. I do indeed wonder why. Oh dear, that was awful.
That is the ultimate question. Why?
It is. I used to share house with a guy who the rule, because we took turns cooking, and the rule was if you cooked, you could sing. And as I had to deal with him, he used to sing some strange shit, man. I mean, okay, Frankie Valli, how the hell he got the range? I mean, I don't know, but he also used to sing Patsy Cline, I think it was.
Patsy Cline.
Yeah, and I'm talking about some of the really depressing stuff, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, for God's sake, man, if I wanted to have music to open my wrists up by, I'd listen to it, you know? Anyway, there's something I can do. But can't remember what the point was. Yes, he used to listen to Frankie Valli, and that was one of the ones that he would do on occasion. But I would exact my revenge by going full tote on on Aussie Sabbath and occasionally a bit of Led Zepp. This kind of amused the neighbours because they could hear us. And they were okay with that. Like, there was the neighbours immediately next to us. They could hear us. And whilst they weren't sure who was singing what, they had identified two clear and distinct styles. One was more harmonies and stuff, and the other was the power vocal. I was the power vocal. It was good fun.
Yeah, whenever I start singing around the house and I'm cooking, they tell me to shut up.
There's one Aussie song that I used to try out quite a lot, and the reason I used to like trying it out is because it is just monstrously wrong. And the reason it's wrong is because, in fact, it's pretty easily identified in the song title, Mr. Tinker Train.
Tinker Train.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it starts off with this music like a schoolyard. And I think I've probably said enough right there. And it's got this, well, it's Aussie. That's pretty much a good start on the musical style. But the lyrics are a little disturbing. That does look good. Which is to say, would you like a sweetie little girl? Well, come a little bit closer. I'm going to show you a brand new world tonight. And it's right about that you go, oi, steady on, Oz. But yeah, because I knew I'm aware of how horrifying it is, that's what I used to like to sing. Because it's wrong. I think that's the whole point of the song lyric, I guess.
Absolutely.
Now, on an amusing topic of, that's cool. And you don't need to glue those. That is so good. One of the, for the viewers who have not seen how well these things just go together, unglued, bam, look at that
Yeah, they
shit.
pop right in. Yep, that's really nice.
You can't complain about that shit. Anyway, now I also like singing when I drive my car. And on one occasion, I was driving up this road that goes past a Catholic girls' school. Yeah. And as I'm entering that road, Mr. Tinker Train comes on. Was I holding back? Not on your Nelly. As to how many of them actually caught an ear full of exactly what was being sung, I don't know. I don't care.
Can't say to blame you.
Yeah. I just realised I've got chromed bat things here as well as the other ones.
Yeah, you had two sets.
Interesting.
I took the non-chrome ones and I painted mine red.
You could also paint. I'm just speculating about painting the chrome ones red because I'm missing one of the other ones. Because it'd still give it a very shiny backing. It could look good.
Did the model gremlin steal your part?
Yeah, totally. Little cunt. I tell you. One of these days, why I oughta, then I oughta. There we go. It's just had to scooch off. The headset was doing its thing. I was going to say on the topic of why I order, then I order. There's because I know that ultimately comes from the honeymooners, I think it is. And Family Guy did this thing where the guy is turning to his wife, doing the basically having a rant. He's, yeah, I know. Bing, bam, straight, boom, straight to the moon. And then he does actually basically lay her out. And then suddenly, as the audience goes stunned in silence, because it's also set up this way, he looks out to the audience and backs off and runs. Jesus. Sometimes they get a bit rowdy. But yeah, that's the whole. Yeah. But, oops, shouldn't have done that. No, mate, not on camera. You busted now. I think it was supposed to be Jackie Gleason. Sounds right.
Jackie Gleason. One of these days.
That's the one.
Ow, right in the kisser.
That's it. Bang, boom, straight to the moon. That's the one. There's Yeah, there's also a. Oh wow! Oh, that's of course that's the light. Yeah. For a brief moment, I thought that was an alternative transmission housing, but no, that's the light. I also thought it was funny how in Futurama, because they're just in New York, they've discovered all these things and completely misinterpret a lot of it. They think that bam, boom, straight to the moon was actually how man first got there. There we go. All right, that's the wheels looking very pretty at the moment. Now, yeah, red would look better. Give a bit more variance in the colours. Now, now. Oh wow! So you need to put all of that together before you even put anything. I might as well do that.
So if you like Family Guy and The Simpsons, you ever watch South Park?
Occasionally.
We were watching earlier. Yeah.
It's more than
You
just
guys like South
some of
Park.
what I've seen is again wrong, and that's the
No,
joy of it all.
yeah, it's real wrong.
I remember seeing one where I think it was Mr. Garrison has invented this bike, and the way it's powered, or he's got it's a form of motorbike or some such, and it's powered by you have to have this thing up your clacker and one in your mouth and one in each hand, and pretty obviously it's just one of those sort of like puts the person in a what would ordinarily be viewed as potentially pornographic position, I would suggest. And this is how it's powered. And everybody's riding around basically with rods up their ass and their mouths full and doing the one each hand routine. And then at one point and it's selling like hotcakes, everybody's riding these things. And then at one stage, somebody discovers that you can actually power it by just pushing a little button on the side. And when they approach him with that, say, well, why don't we just push this button on the side? Well, I, I guess you could do that, but why would you? And you think, because we all know about Mr. Garrison, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
and I know they did Team America as well.
And poor old little Butters, he dies in every episode.
Well, someone's got to. I like Team America.
Team America.
Yeah, they made that one. The movie. And you haven't seen that?
South Park?
No, Team America is made by the guys who made South Park.
Oh, no, I have not seen that one. I'm not aware of that at all.
Ultimately, it's them doing puppets in much the same sort of or marionation sort of a thing. And I've got to share this one with you because it is hilarious. And it's
they're like marionettes. Okay, Team America.
Yeah. And at one point, I got put the glue on and then I dropped it onto my jumper. Nice one, big boy. At one point, basically, this guy has betrayed a team. Just settle this. That's all you need to know. And he's trying to get his way back in, and he's pleading with the boss man, sort of a deal. And he said, "Look, I'll do anything to prove you can trust me." Which, with the producers of South Park, you know this is going to be bad. And he said, "Well, all right then, suck my cock." He said, "What? Wait, what?" You go on. No one's here. No one's watching. Just do it. Go.
What the hell?
And ultimately, this is what happens. Now, the true joy of this scene, in my eyes at least, kicks in shortly thereafter. Because Bossman reintroduces said guy to the team, who, having been let down dramatically by him on one occasion, demand as to how can they can possibly trust him on this occasion. And the boss guy stands with his hands on his hips and proudly says, "Because last night he sucked my cock."
What the hell?
And here's the joy. All the team just think about this and go, "Well, all right then," and accept that. Now, what that means is that they've done it as well.
Wow.
Yeah, just so much wrongness that is so right there. Yeah, it's they got their gold. They do. That's undeniable. Well, I've got that on at least. I'll put the bottom halves of, so it's starting to come together quite quickly. I've got to say, as a assembly, it's looking quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Cooperative will do. Not unhappy for that fact. Now, but yeah, it's I've only seen it once and a couple of other, when I've been over other people's places, just like caught bits of it again. But yeah, wrong again. But it's the guys from South Park. You don't expect political correctness at any given time.
Yeah, it looks like it's really well made. My wife pulled it up on her phone, and the Team America World Police.
That's the ones.
Yeah,
Team America. Fuck yeah.
it's really well made. I'm going to pull it up on Netflix tonight and take a gander at it.
You'll be amused. If you like South Park, you'll be going, yeah, this is
Oh,
the
yeah, I love
gear.
South Park. All them foul mouth little boys.
Oh yeah. I think it's hilarious when I can't remember what causes it, but Cartman thinks he's a Vietnamese prostitute. $5, sucky. $10, me love you long time.
Oh my god.
Dear. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, my wife's not too fond of it. Me and my son, we love it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see how that might. It's a curious thing. There are some lines of humor that seem to be almost gender specific. The it's a bit like Family Guy. A mate of mine has shown it to his wife. She doesn't like it, but they've come to the conclusion that she doesn't like it, strangely, for exactly the same reasons he does.
Yeah, about that work.
And that's yeah, well, it's just different views on what is and isn't funny, I guess. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should let those red bits settle a bit more before trying to get these in. Answer: probably. I probably will, just because it's a sensible thing to do. And heaven forfend I do something sensible.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, that is the other side of the equation now, isn't it? Yes, why be sensible? Actually, although I know one thing I can do quite easily, right? New is aha. Now this boom. Oh wow! So there's quite a lot that goes onto the undercarriage before you even start doing. Yeah, right. Ah, I see how this rolls. Jolly good. Right. Well, in that case, I'm definitely doing that. Where is the list? Now, actually, I can even get stuck into the undercarriage, so I might as well. That's something I've got to say is very good about the way they've set it up. You can do stages independently.
Right.
And in that, it does the makes it easier to get once you started or once you got your detailing done to start going right. Well, do this, do that, do this, and this goes with that. Now, better make sure I get my ends right on this, as one bishop said to the other. Yeah, I'm a bad man. All right, let's have a look at the undercarriage. That will tell us which way around it goes. Aha. Oh, not aha. It's not what I was hoping to see. I see. I see. I think. Right, so that would go to there, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What I might be better served doing is actually this. I seem to have overly trimmed this. So that's okay. Because what I'll do, this goes into those ones.
It ain't nothing glue can't fix, is it?
Nah, not at all. And that's going to be easy as to fix, in fact. I would even go so far as to suggest if I was incapable of fixing this one up, I would, yeah, that's easy. Because all
So
it is going to be is right. Because what I was going to do, and in fact, it's probably saved me a bit of hassle, is that I'll just glue this in, and once that's nice and stable there, of course, at that point, it just slide it in.
what canopy do you need to have 3D printed?
The back one,
For the Batmobile?
yeah, but that's okay. What I'm actually going to try first and see if I can clean it. I may yet be able to save that, but I'm on Sunday. I'm seeing a guy from my course who has a 3D printer. We're doing a few things, in fact, because he's going to help me with a second website. Because I'm going to have one for my life coaching and one for my Tai Chi and martial arts. I don't want the two businesses getting confused, if you follow me.
Yeah.
And at that point,
Well, if the back window wasn't curved, I've actually bought like sandwich packaged meat trays and cut
okay,
them out to replace windows in some of my models that I've gotten paint on or glue got on it and messed it up.
yeah, that's an interesting note
And it's actually worked out really well.
because you'd be able to fit it to the actual piece anyway to match it perfectly.
Yeah.
Because that would be a mold in effect. That's a really good way of doing it. That never occurred to me.
Yeah. Matter of fact, look up there in the screen. You see this duster?
Oh yeah,
That's
that's one
one
side.
that's a sandwich tray plastic that I cut out and remade the glass
I can
for it.
totally
Like a
see that.
glue on it.
Now that you've said that, I can see how that would be so, if you know what I mean, how it could be.
Yeah. See how clear it is?
It doesn't look like it, but I can
No, it
see how,
doesn't.
yeah, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it turned out real nice.
Certainly did.
So yeah, that's an idea. I mean, you can find like little plastic trays you put sandwiches in, stuff like that are clear.
Yeah,
I like to keep some on hand here at the house just for stuff like that.
that's a really good idea. Hmm. Well, there's a useful tip if ever there was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's those little sorts of what's the word I'm looking for? Kit saving tips are really very handy in any situation.
Absolutely.
I actually view it in many ways, or view fixing problems as one of the bigger tricks in modeling more than just putting a kit together. Because there we go, that's going to how it's supposed to sit. Very nice. All right, let's glue that in. Because if everything goes smoothly, you're not necessarily given too many real challenges, you know?
Right.
When something goes wrong, if you can address that, um, then you're showing a real knowledge of what you're doing, if you follow me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really satisfying too, to have a
Totally,
problem like that and solve it.
totally. Um, I remember I lost a part of an exhaust when I did the Memphis Belle. And at first I was going, well, that sucks. Problem? No, no, no. I found a bit of sprue and I trimmed it down and I shaped it and I painted it, and at the end of it, couldn't even tell. I was stoked.
There you go. And like how you get the interior door panels that have like nothing on it, they're really plain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, you can go to we have Walmart around here, hardware store. You can buy like wood grain tape or like
Oh, yeah,
aluminum
nice.
duct tape.
Just make them look that little bit better.
Yeah, and take and cut out the little pieces like you need and put it on there, and that looks like trim on the actual interior.
That's what you want. It's a bit like with the Hasegawa P51D. The interior walls are actually pretty ordinary, but once you got the P51B stuff in there, yeah, you'll find that with some plane kits that the walls, the interiors are not really well set out. And
Hmm.
that's why I'm really grateful when you get um, manufacturers who put good detail on the inner walls of aircraft.
Okay.
Yeah, because some just don't. You think, well,
Yeah.
come on, guys, get your shit together. What are you doing? Now, actually, I can do some more on here, and I think I shall. Right. 68, 69 and 68 can go in, I say. Yes, I do. Italy. I'm very pleased with the progress I'm making today. But again, the manufacturers have made that very easy. And for that, they are to be commended. Yeah, I've got to say, aside from the howling horror story of the canopy, which is not really that big an issue, it's just something I'm going to need to address.
Right.
Or at least that's how I'm viewing it. It's just something you need to address. Pardon me. Aside from that, I've got to say that this as a build has been really pleasant.
Yeah, I enjoy putting it together. It's really well made.
It is. And it's good when you can sort of look at a kid and go, yeah, they did that well, you know? It's a pleasant experience all of its own.
And you can tell when it's a better made plastic.
Yeah, there's a whole stack of things they've done real well.
I got some model kits where you can take the car and actually bend it back and forth.
Oh God.
And then I got some that the plastic's so thick and well made you can't move it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And which would you rather work with, you know?
Absolutely, the better ones.
Yeah. You don't want to be having to be cautious. That's something I actually found with some decals. This is where the horror story of the Hasegawa decals straight irritated me. I've encountered some decals that are so sturdy that if you have a hard time with them, you can actually pick them up.
Yeah. Then some of them just crack all to pieces.
Exactly. And you think, come on, guys. Those strong ones, all I can do is go, bravo. That's what I want to deal with. And then you get to the shitty ones and you go, what the hell is that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've had
The big
some.
line I
I've
always
taken
trot out
off
with,
and
the big line
put it
I
back.
trot out whenever I'm disappointed is the one from Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. What is that? Some kind of display? Oops. I might want to wait till this is dry. Because I just realised as I was putting this exhaust in that I bumped that and moved the rear axle, which is probably not ideal at this juncture. And so I'm continuing to do so. It's also I was putting that in the wrong spot, I think. I'll let that dry. I think that's a good idea. Heaven forfend.
All right, be careful putting stuff in the wrong spot and get you in trouble.
Yeah, it usually does.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I saw this comedian the other day, and he's told this. Well, I didn't see him live. It was just a clip. But the joke he's selling is there's this guy who's newly married and his mates are trying to put him up to encouraging his wife to try the other way. And they're going for God. And he said, well, haven't you managed to get her to do it the other way yet? And eventually she said, well, I've been trying and trying, but she's concerned she'll fall pregnant if we do.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
nice. Nice. Wrong, but so right.
Yeah, it is.
can't help but think that these guys have put the wrong number, or I'm reading it the wrong way to get this into position. Where should that wind up? Maybe it's in there. Yeah, it is. That's where that goes. Okay, I see now. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. I could probably put that in now then. Ooh, exciting. Oh, come here, you. And this is the Y. No, it has to be that way. I would think to fit correctly. Yeah, I think I'm just misreading that.
What part is that?
These, because if I try to put, it says to put, or the way it looks to me, and this is the bit that goes up to the engine, the exhaust.
Yeah, on that.
And in fact, I've just realised I've painted that the wrong way around, because part of that I did have aluminium. There is a way to look. Well, there's a few things I can do here. We should probably let that dry anyway. Yeah, I'll just tidy them up a bit while I'm here. Now. Next.
On the exhaust, the back piece connects to the other piece of the exhaust with the muffler on it. It's got a little groove made in it right there. And they overlap one another, and there's a peg that goes into the slot right in there.
Yeah.
And then there's a hole right here where that little muffler goes into, and then it pegs into the manifold.
Yeah. All righty. Now,
I had to waller out my holes a little bit deeper so they had to go in better.
Yeah, right. Now what I might do. Bam. All righty. Now, today is my acupuncture day.
Well, how did you do with church and going?
Tell you,
Big thing.
these days I have like a veritable routine of medical treatments.
Well, if they're benefiting you, that's a good thing.
It is, but it becomes kind of comical. Because okay, every week I get massage and acupuncture. Every month I go for a chiro appointment. Of course I do my swimming and all the rest of it. Da 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 da. And do you remember the Simpsons episode where Homer sees an alien?
I don't. I'm sure I've seen it, but
You would have done, but long and the short of it, Homer thinks he sees an alien, which of course he doesn't. That's a whole other story. Well, actually, no, it's not. It becomes very relevant. Yeah, he sees this glowing figure in the forest when he's coming back from Moe's one night when he's pissed. And
doesn't Bart dress up like one?
no, well, he does come down when to tease Homer. He's got the sort of glasses on with the eyes hanging out. And one thing he chirps out with, "I am the thing from Uranus." Because, well, he's Bart, and what do you want?
Yeah, university.
But more's the point. He, what it turns out, because all the town get involved, they send out Scully and Mulder from.
Oh man, I love that show.
Yeah, yeah.
And, the X-File. The truth is out there.
Yeah. And it turns out to be Mr. Burns. And what it is, because the reason, and also when he's in what appears to be an alien, what Mr. Burns says is, "I bring you love."
I can
And
see him saying that.
when they realize that or they identify it as Mr. Burns, Smithers explains that every Friday he goes through this ritual, and this is where you'll see what I'm saying about my health thing, where he gets his lungs scraped. And you see him on this conveyor belt. He starts off with getting his lungs thoroughly scraped. And his chiros crank him into all these different positions. And then he gets hit with all these different other pills and potions to keep him going. And that leaves him disoriented. And that's why he goes for these walks and starts saying he's going to bring love. And then at that stage, Monty's coming a bit more to his normal state of being.
Right.
And because by that stage, when it's coming to, they're sort of like trying to say, but what about the orange? What about the green glow? By this stage, of course, Monty's fully compos mentis. He said, "Oh, I can feel that one. Working in a nuclear facility has given me, for many years, has given me a healthy green radiant glow, and left me as impotent as a Nevada boxing commissioner. Now that I am back to normal, and do not bring you love, I bring you fire, pestilence, and plague."
I think I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's got some textbook Monty. Monty's great in my eyes because he's just such a scoundrel, such a rotter. Like I love how when he's looking for an heir, he settles on Bart not for any positive reason, but purely because Bart's gone on this rampage. Oh, look at him, Smithers. He's a spirit of a spirit. What is it? Oh, look at him, Smithers. A spirit of pure malevolence, just the one to suckle at my proverbial teat. You go, yeah, that's Monty. You've watched heaps of The Simpsons as well over the years. They're a bit of value.
Yes, they are. I think it was a Family Guy episode where they dressed up like an alien. I can't remember.
There would be.
You watch a lot of Family Guy?
Oh, yeah. One of my things to do when I'm writing is actually have on YouTube like Family Guy compilations.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of it I know anyway. But if I'm just in one of those moments where I want to chill out, I can just click onto it and just watch and have a bit of a chortle and a laugh. And yeah, that's great stuff. And just having it in the background because I tend to like a bit of distraction when I'm doing stuff.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
And yeah, Family Guy is a good option on that front.
Yeah, normally when I'm doing my clay modeling or drawing, I like to put on a YouTube video or have TV playing.
Yep, it's good to do, I find. It is truly one of the joys. And also one of the benefits of being on just using the YouTube channel and flicking through as I'm playing stuff. If I'm in the mood for music, there'll be something there I can just go, oh yeah, whack that on. Makes it very easy.
I've never really been one to listen to a lot of music.
I was raised doing so. my family was very musical.
Okay.
My mother played a lot of music at school. She played violin and
Piano, right?
piano, and that's why we had a piano at home.
Right. I remember you telling me about that.
And my grandfather was a semi-professional pianist.
Is that right?
Yep. My great grandfather played the mandolin. So yeah, it's a bit of a musical thing that goes on in my family. And if you're going to play music, you end up listening to it. Like anything, I guess. You sort of
My
like,
wife, my wife showed me a YouTube video last night where I think the little boy was probably 12 years old playing the banjo like a
oh
professional.
yeah,
And I think it was his sister. She was like 10. She was playing the guitar. And then there was a
yes,
boy in the
some of them
back
are guns. Some of
playing a
them are awesome.
violin.
Yeah, mate. There are some kids who just pick up an instrument and fall in love with it and then become absolutely amazing with it.
Yes.
And that's something to behold. Um, Now, the bigger trick kicks in when they become teenagers because Manny's a young person with a lot of talent who the hormones start kicking around and suddenly things seem less important.
Yeah, they'll drop out of it for a while.
I saw that happen with a young lad who I used to train with. At the age of 16, or leading up to being 16, he had real potential as being a professional kickboxer. And I was saying to him, "Look, mate, I'm glad you sort of got the aim and all that. Make sure you keep on top of your schoolwork because you can't be guaranteed." Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then his balls dropped,
It
and yeah,
was
he
all over.
was
Wasn't
yeah, and he got involved in the wrong sort of a crowd, and oh, dude. The last I heard, he had to leg it to Thailand because the authorities were looking for him.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, none of this had to happen. But he was young and dumb. Never mind.
Yeah, being young and dumb and full of it'll
Yeah.
mess you up for a while.
Oh, look. I mean, my dumbest decision was, and it was. I'm fortunate in terms of it wasn't that dumb. Um, was I put off going to play rugby in France because my band was looking at putting out a CD, and I figured I'd go the next year. But of course, what I didn't think about is that the premise that a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush,
Mm.
and as such, should have gone to France, which had been secured, because that summer I did my shoulder and couldn't go the next year. So, and the CD didn't come out. So ultimately, yeah, young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yep. Get you in trouble every
But
time.
oh yeah. Now, to be fair to myself, as I said, I was early 20s, and I really didn't have much guidance.
Yeah.
So I was just doing what seemed like fun at the time.
Yep.
And I did have a lot of fun at the time.
Yep. Been there, done that.
And that's great. But ultimately, I probably would have been, in the longer term, um, more financially secure
Yep.
um, and had some quite amazing experiences had I gone to France.
Yeah. A lot of things would have been different my way as well.
Everybody's got those sort of stories, you know. I remember sharing that tale with a guy from who was actually French, and When I told him, yeah, they probably should have done the going to France thing, he actually looked and said, if you had gone to France, you would have ended up playing for France.
Damn it.
No.
He reckons that, yeah, I'd been there for, if once it had been there for long enough.
Wow.
All day, every day.
Mm.
Oh, well.
What's there to say now, you know?
Yeah, well, these are the things. And hey, at the end of the day, I've still had a lot of fun doing what I do.
As the saying goes, shit happens.
Ah, and if that's the worst that happens, hey, it's all good. Now, where am I up to next?
That makes sense.
That's something I want to do a little bit of tidying up on. Just this little critter here, by golly. Now,
That's one thing I'm trying to instill in my 17-year-old son's head is don't worry about girls right now. He wants to be an anime voice actor, and I told him to pursue his career. Women will come later down the line.
look, yeah, that is pretty much how it rolls. Even right the way down to when you want to make money. Don't focus on making the money. Focus on what you do that generates the money.
There you go.
If you focus on making money, you're not looking at what you need to look at.
Yeah, it'll end quick for you.
Yeah.
Get a career going. Make some
Ultimately, yeah.
and then the money will come.
That's it. In any field, it's also a good idea to have a backup sort of, because a lot of, as an example, a lot of rock stars, when they were early in their career, were music teachers. So, like martial art or MMA fighters can do, can work their way up even just by being a sparring partner, holding pads,
Mm-hmm.
giving lessons, but it generates the money that helps them keep going until things get really established.
Yep.
Now, next, tidy this up. How we doing time-wise? Pretty good overall. I do have my appointment to consider in due course, but I'm not in a hurry yet. And that is a good outcome in my eyes. Aha. Boom. Goggles.
Wish I'd have slowed the clock down. Days go by too quick now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes.
Now. Yeah, very soon we'll start having very long days.
Yeah, ours is fixing to get shorter.
Yeah. We, in full summer, our days will extend from 6:37 in the morning through to about 9 at night.
Yeah, we have like 12.5 hour days right now.
Yeah. Just once, I actually want to go to far enough north or south, it doesn't really matter, to see the midnight sun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why, but the idea has a lot of appeal to me. whether I would suddenly burst into a rousing rendition of the Immigrant Song is a whole other deal. And if I did, I dare say any nearby Norwegian would give me very strange looks.
Huh.
They won't get me to little school. Usually it goes the other way.
All
Well,
right. Now we're starting to get places with that as a look. Give you a zoom in a minute.
It's weird how that happens.
Oh, there we go. And into there a bit more.
No height. And Kevin will have it ready tight.
And yeah.
well, they are predicting snow for North Carolina this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
Is that less common?
Yeah, we don't hardly ever get snow.
Yeah, right.
Mostly ice a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had a kind of a mild winter last year.
Yeah, we've had a really chilly and rainy winter.
For you.
Right, I've almost got this one done.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is it? There. Now I'm going to maybe go for a bit of, not quite sure what colour I'll put on those little other spots there, but I'll do something.
Oh, nice. Yeah, seeing all your fine detail work makes me feel like I didn't do justice on mine.
Yeah, but yours is done. Mine is not.
I cheated a little bit on mine. I worked on mine sometime during the day.
Now, clean this brush. Ding, 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 ding. Bow, bow.
Racing each other down the hallway. Elbow each other.
I think I know what colour I might put on those caps. Now, next. There onto there. Now.
Though. I mean,
So they go to there.
And everything is straight out. Rings laid out there.
Right. So next.
There's a floor.
So you're almost to the point of assembly, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing minor bits of assembly now. Like, for example, I've obviously started the engine block. I got, and I'll zoom out a bit. I've got these onto here, so I've got the springs onto the suspension.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing you glued them on and let them dry because they're a booger.
Yeah, I did figure that. I put them on today. I think I'd be well advised to wait till tomorrow, otherwise I can see myself getting very grumpy.
Yeah.
And nobody needs nobody needs a grumpy Robster. Now, here's something I want to do,
At that point.
and I might need a little tidy up with the red. We'll worry about that in due course. But foist. Now, yeah, I'm pretty much getting to a point now where I just need to let a few things dry.
Yeah,
Because, well,
sometimes I get in a hurry as well.
yeah, it's
You don't want to be, but it just happens.
yeah, and I'm just thinking that one of those things. Oh, really keen, and then it all ends in tears.
Hmm.
So sometimes a little bit of patience goes a fucking long way.
Just a little bit. My wife tells me that all the time. Have
True.
patience. Have patience.
Well, yeah. At
Oh,
the end of the day, I dare say. Actually, this would be an interesting question, and which you would definitely be able to answer. I'm guessing there's a certain point where, in taxidermy, when you're doing stuff, sometimes you just got to get it to a point, and then you just got to leave it.
yeah, absolutely. Yep. Once you skin one out, you got to put it in a bed of salt and let it sit for 24 hours.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, there's stages of it that you actually have to walk away. Because I have been in a hurry in my beginning years and had to replace a hide or two.
Yeah, that's not good.
No,
That is not what you want at any given stage.
but I've done it for about 10 years. Went to taxidermy school, learned from the best guy that was here in Johnson County.
Wow.
Yeah, Wayne Stanley. He was a leading taxidermist here in Johnson County. Very
Wow.
reputable. So I went to a community college and took a 8 week class. And then I was able to go to a shop whenever I had questions or had issues, and he'd take me back there and show me and teach me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody that would go out of their way to help you.
Definitely.
So their business is already built, they're not going to, lose any customers because I started doing it.
Yeah, that is a thing straight away, isn't it?
But some people like that get the mentality of, I'm not going to show you everything because I don't want you taking business away from me.
That was actually the attitude of my former instructor, unfortunately. And it was his undoing.
Yeah, it can bite you in the
Because,
ass.
well, the thing is, had he played his cards right, he could have had a chain of schools with different styles.
Yep.
Instead, as soon as somebody became what he perceived as a threat to him as far as his ego or whatever, politics would come into play
Yep.
and he'd bone them.
Dang.
And as such, he caused a lot of ill feeling between himself and former students, some of whom did their own thing. And of course, he'd get all shitty about that. And you think, well, what did you expect? Whose fault is this? It's your fault. Deal with that. Have a good look at yourself, man.
Yep.
But as with most people with fragile egos, and that was the curious thing. For a grandmaster, he had a curiously fragile ego in some ways.
Huh.
I suspect that may have been what drove him to train to such a high level. Insecurities, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
But ultimately, yeah, it was, in my opinion, that fragility in that area is what cost him being arguably the biggest name in Australia.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Wow.
That said,
Yeah,
to learn from him,
letting the insecurities get the best of you can be your downfall.
yep. Although I got to say, to learn from the man, yeah, he knew his shit, and he taught us well. But he suffered A from that fragile ego, and B, I think he became a bit disillusioned with Westerners and their approach to martial arts, which isn't the way the Chinese do it. Which
Damn.
is to say, they view it, Westerners, of course, it's a hobby or a recreation. To the Chinese, no, you buckle down and do this shit.
Oh yeah.
And if you did that, you could learn a lot of really valuable stuff. But I think he became very disillusioned when he realized most people just weren't there for that.
Yep.
All right, well, the fire hydrant is done. Not fire hydrant, can I keep fire extinguisher?
Oh, nice. That looks really good.
Thank you. Now, is there anywhere else I wish to put this color? Not at the moment. I don't. Wait a moment, maybe. Just there. And there. Now. Into there. There. And there we go. All right. All right. Doing well. In fact, let me have a think. That's a dangerous little notion right there.
Yeah, thinking can get you in trouble sometimes as well.
Yeah. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. One before I wind up. As we were discussing, there are some chromed bat shapes. Why don't I just hit them with some red? So I don't reckon they'll look that different.
The ones for the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm missing one of the other ones, but if I've got 4 of the others, come on now. It's not that hard. Wakey, hand off snaky. According to Michael Gordon, when he was in the army, every morning the sergeant major would strut into the barracks and bellow that. Actually, here's a truly amusing said every morning thing that I got told by one of my students. He reckons he. This does go on rather differently to a. Also, because there's no. Yeah, this is going to require me to put surfacer on. That's fine. I'll have to worry about this later then, I guess. That's okay.
It was meant to be played with. That's why we were born with posable thumbs.
Yeah. But yeah, he reckons that every morning. Yeah, there we go. He worked for this German guy, he reckoned. And he reckoned that every morning the guy would strut in, hands on hips, look around the office, say, "Good morning, bitches," head into his office, whereupon you would hear thum, 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 whew, 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 hardcore techno. And you got to say, that's kind of cool, actually. Just the whole attitude that is being exhibited there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm painting these chrome ones without surfacer, and I actually don't mind how they're coming up. I'll show you in a minute. Because they do come up differently, not surprising. But yeah, interesting. Rubbin. I mean, it's a different surface. It doesn't have surfacer. But yeah, I actually like them. I think I might use all of them. Change of pace on that front, I say. I'll show you.
Oh yeah, it made a different color red.
Yeah, and it sort of works, you know, man.
And that looks really nice. Bright.
Yeah, so I'm going to use them, I reckon.
Yeah, that's very red.
It's a bit like, here we go, another Monty Python reference. Do you remember the parrot sketch?
No.
Okay, long and the short of it, the guy walks in to return a parrot that he's bought from a pet shop because it's dead. And at one stage, this is more not so much a bright red, but the line is beautiful plumage. Plumage don't enter into it. Basically, it's the guy's trying to palm it off as because he said, I found out that when I purchased this parrot from this very boutique, you informed me that its lack of movement was due to have been shagged out from a very long squawk. When I got it home, I discovered the only reason it was upright was because it had been nailed to its perch. I had to nail him down, sir. Very energetic bird, the Norwegian blue. If I didn't go straight through the cage, boom. This parrot wouldn't go boom if you put 50,000 volts through it. But yeah, the big line, beautiful plumage. And in this instance, beautiful plumage.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
My mother, the parrot sketch was my mother's favorite. And part of the humor of it comes in with this whole list of different terms that Cleese comes up with to describe the state of being dead. He is demised. He has ceased to be. Were he not here now, he'd be pushing up the daisies. He has gone to meet the choir invisible. This is an ex-parrot. Yeah.
I never watched any Monty Python.
They have their gold.
Check that out as well.
Something that you might find it easier to watch some of their movies. The most accessible one, I would think, for the average punter would probably actually be Life of Brian.
Life of Brian.
It's a parody on Jesus. And it actually caused quite an outrage at the time, at least in the late 70s. But yeah, it shows this guy, Brian, who is actually born on the same day as Jesus. And there's this great little opening scene where initially the three wise men make an error and go to the wrong barn. But yeah, because the whole Jesus story is so well known, it becomes very easy to follow in that regard when various references of humor are made. There is one scene that's particularly good for those who have ever done any Latin, because long and the short of it, and this I can tell you this without killing the movie, Brian, who's Jewish, goes to write Romans Go Home on Pilate's palace, and he goes to write. I think that's it. Romanus Aunt Domus. And he gets caught by these Romans, or this Roman patrol, while he's painting it. And the centurion basically bails him up. What does this say? It says, Romans go home. No, it doesn't. It says, people called Romans, they go the house. And he starts correcting his grammar. What's plural for Romans? Romanes, yes, sounds like. And starts drilling him through it. And it's a curious thing. When I was in high school, I actually had a Latin teacher who was a complete prick. And it was very similar to this centurion who's correcting Brian's grammar. And at one stage, can't remember what verb he's correcting, but he holds the gladius to the guy's throat, gladius being the Roman sword, to Brian's throat, says, now conjugate the verb. And at another point, he's grabbed the ear and tweaks it and lifts him off the ground. But this is movement away, isn't it, boy? So it's all stuff like, oh, David's been saying a lot. David trying to do seamanship. Ah! Yeah, he would enjoy doing the bends and bitches, but he would help new members. The parrot was a classic, David, yes. All right, I reckon that's me done for today. Here are those. These are the bat ones I'm going to be putting on my wheels, nice and bright. Shiny.
Oh, good.
We've now got our wheels ready to go. I put some chrome on some other stuff. We've got a bit of a start on our engine block.
Nice.
So, yeah. Now, tomorrow I will be back. All right, and I reckon I'll be doing more assembly at the end of the day. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that I can get most of that finished. I don't think it'll take that long really, because like as I said, I like the way they've got it set out so you can actually do different portions at different times without having to slow up.
All right.
So I reckon there's probably, what's today? Today's Thursday. I reckon I could have that one. Ooh, we'll see. See how much I get done tomorrow. These are always the things, aren't they?
Oh, that's right. It'll be Friday for you tomorrow.
What?
It'll be Friday for you tomorrow, right?
It will, and I am going fishing on Saturday.
You should.
So yeah, I won't be on the Saturday, but I will be on the Sunday. Now, thanks for watching, everyone.
I appreciate it.
I do appreciate it.
I do.
First time viewers, you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe. If you haven't worked that one out, you're not paying attention. Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and what do we do, people? We follow, like, or subscribe, don't we? Yes, we do. All righty. Now, well, that only leaves tomorrow, where we will be back at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And we'll catch you good people then. See yous.